Hey everyone, this is writing blog number 42. It's about 5 a.m. on January 11th, 2013. Got home a couple hours ago from a really awesome night that started out at the Ecological Art Gallery on Pico Boulevard. It was thrown by street poets and featured the poet Mindy Nettifee, who just she is one of the reasons I was inspired to write this tonight. Just her unapologetic writing and performance. In addition to a news story I heard on the radio the other day about a different kind of museum that is in Croatia. So here goes. It's called the Museum of Broken Hearts. So the other day I was driving in my car. Great start to a poem, right? And I heard a story on the speakers about a museum that consisted of articles from all over the world of broken relationships. When I was thinking about this place, the name of it came to me as Broken Hearts, not Broken Relationships. And it's dawning on me now that maybe we can leave a place with a person with not only a heart intact, but a full heart, the organ pumping the blood through our bodies even more furiously and efficiently than before. So why do we always feel broken? Like a bully beat up our last nerves, like we had nothing but our hopeless words, like the organ had bust out of our chest and onto an open curb, being left open as an easy target for someone to either run over or pick up and play with. How we should long for that touch again, to feel our most pulsing selves penetrated again by a raw finger, some chapped lips, or smelt by a soft nose. I just keep trying to work through that longing, knowing that deep down, where even my ventricles can't pump, there is something there that you touched, that is left behind, unreachable, intangible, untouchable. That when I saw those rusted metal keys resting against a door I didn't think could be locked against you, I started to really examine all the pieces you left behind. I feel as though I could start my own museum, and through these words invite others to come and participate, for they feel the weight of what seemingly insignificant objects could mean, because they know the scream that reaches my throat incessantly to the night that you drove up and just missed me. First, I would place a flyer, wallpaper white with orange tulips blooming to the title of Spring into Life. Where I thought I was only helping children and youth get boosted to a higher place, little did I know that I would be thrown by the one who curated a rescue by tiptoeing his way to the operating room, where I could see that perhaps I was meant to be at this place where I could fly consistently into your arms, since the moment you opened them to me, I felt my heart hibernated in a world of non-committed strife. Yes, here is where my world turned upside down, and yes, it sprung into life. I would then place a player that would spit sounds of hours and hours and hours and hours of poetry between the cemetery night birds and the static cackling and the fire crackling, shooting sparks of renewed hope that this was unlike anything else either of us would ever experience again. A disc of belted confessionals, shamelessly scratching our chords in our throats to come to the places we had come to fear the most, reminding me of a Tuesday in autumn where we thought we had a third, with our half-hopeful tears dripping down our face, that we'd have a more permanent excuse to stay in each other's lives than just the feeling we got when my mouth touched yours, a reason more tangible and unforgiving to stay and keep striving for working past the fear of fighting off what we were scared would drift. A harmonica, the carefree sounds being sung out to the way that you felt about me. A corkboard, loosely pinned up goals that, like a precog, you humorously stated, "That'll make a great scene in a movie," at the end of you tearing them down. Well, I did, and those dreams lying in the carpet amongst stabbing pushpins wasn't pretty. It wasn't great for me. But I split our dreams and divided yours to you, mine to mine. But there's a section at the bottom that hasn't been accounted for yet, and I don't want to ignore. because you're the unaccounted dream I wasn't looking for. But thank the chance gods and the fate lords I don't worship that I got the cards I was dealt anyways. A shirt that I shall take out of my closet, once held at a place where I only wore to show my pride for you, now shall leave my shoulders and forearms forever chilly, because the world needs to look upon the gift that you gave me, and give gratitude for all the times I couldn't find the right words, all the times I said too many words, all the times I said them the wrong way, as opposed to just saying, thank you. Thank you for loving me like you did. The jeans, black and skinny, though we often traded places in our pants and got down to our skivvies, where what we wore didn't matter anymore because we always ended up bare, raw, X-rated, sizzling our tongues and batting our butterfly lashes to the sounds of muscles being pulled and ripped to make room for more strength, more acceptance, more weight. From my point of view, the pain meant we were ready for more weight, more change, more responsibility. It meant that we weren't just growing outwards, but defying anatomy and growing upwards past our birthright or what our genes dictated, past familial expectations. We were transcendent. And what a joy that I found someone who pushed me past the pull-up bar and barbed wire fence into outer space, to not meet in the middle, but above all the obstacles. To look down at that museum of our love and see the firewood, the orange and gray tint, the green tarp, the raccoons eating our no longer needed earth food, suspended above the discarded pity parties, soul searches, dream catchers, and alchemy masters. Because when you boosted me, I didn't need to feel pity, since I could see your welling eyes clearly. I didn't need to search for my soul anymore, for it was right there with me. I didn't need a dream catcher anymore, because my nightmares vanished in favor of my dreams of a perfectly fitted circle, rounding the object in the museum that is a copy of my ring finger, molded in the same cup as your crooked pinky, both peach dusty and bendy, both still sitting out in the open to be viewed. I cannot bury my heart without its light shining over everything. For with you, I turned bitterness into gold. And 6 feet or 100 feet or even a mile of dirt can't cover the fire that burned from the moment you started, the moment you rubbed my fleshy parts together, the persistence of your adding dryer lint from nights stayed in, coloring books from the days I was sick, of blown out lighters from the amount of times we tried to reignite our matching fires. Just know that my light never went out with you. Just know, though you stopped your fussing with the right stuff and started with half attempts at the rest of these glass-cased articles, you lit it enough times to build something that can never be extinguished. Just know, though the cat card you casually jotted a few cliched birthday meows at is lying in a dumpster somewhere, though I wince at the feeble attempts of you picking up the pieces through a pierced surface-fabled record, though the poetry you scribbled was forced through pressured time bombs, though there's an emptiness inside of me that your fickleness and confusion left behind, these items are kept safe for you in Los Angeles. I have taken the plane ride to Croatia out of your hands and have given you the gift of sense memory, so that when you unwrap it, you will find the playground and spiderwebs in Elysian Park, the taste of nutritional yeast and avocados and mangoes dripping with Cabernet, your sheets and blankets dripping with strands of my hair, the steampunk pills popped in dusted pink wilderness, the sound of your brakes revving, a shared disaster, the magenta-copied Bible of advice we weren't ready to receive, even the sound of your mother's enduring voice, the display I built for you, the display we built together, but especially every time you taste adventure on your lips, and finally, the observatory. We're looking through a telescope that'll be a place that you might find me, burning bright, soul bursted, journey bound. Know that all you'll have to do is look up and find me.